After this video, you will learn how to get collagen naturally. We all understand how important collagen is, especially after the age of 40. However, the topic of collagen consumption can often be confusing. There are many collagen supplements on the market that are water-soluble or in pill form. Today, I'll show you how to get collagen in the most natural way using simple ingredients from your kitchen. Traditional Japanese cuisine embodies a great deal of wisdom within a centuries-old food culture. While people in many parts of the world invest in collagen supplements, why don't the Japanese need them? Do the world's longest-living Japanese seniors, who have surpassed 100 years of age, owe their health to this? Today, we will explore the answers to these questions together. This video is not intended as medical or health advice. The information shared is for general informational purposes only. Please consult your doctor or a healthcare professional before making any changes to your diet. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. If you're ready, let's get started. The culinary wisdom passed down from ancestors to the present day in Japan is extremely valuable. Let's take a look at the cuisine of the Japanese, who despite their advanced age can still walk upright, ride bicycles, and do their daily chores on their own. They don't take collagen supplements because collagen has long been a part of their cuisine. Collagen-rich foods, protein sources, and fermented foods all form the basis of a balanced diet. In harmony, collagen is naturally present in our bodies. However, its production decreases over time. This is why our skin dries out and begins to wrinkle. Our joints may start to creak, we tire more quickly, and our bones become more fragile over time. But don't worry, aging isn't the only reason for this. Supporting collagen intake with the right foods can help us manage this process in a healthier and stronger way. Before collagen was even a trend, the Japanese were getting their daily collagen from their tables without needing powders or pills. It wasn't a supplement, it was a tradition. Let's start with the first collagen food. One soups containing bone and connective tissue. Bone broth, thanks to its rich nutritional value, holds an important place both in healthy eating lists and in traditional cuisines. This protein-rich food is a natural source that is quite easy to prepare at home. It is obtained by simmering meaty bones for a long time over low heat. The most fundamental difference that sets it apart from classic meat broth is that the cooking time is much longer. This is because time is needed for the marrow, collagen, and minerals to dissolve into the water. Regular consumption of bone broth supports the body's collagen production. Increased collagen levels help maintain skin elasticity and strengthen the immune system. It also supports bone health and contributes to easier joint movement. Bone broth soup is highly nutritious and filling. Its nutritional content may vary depending on the type of animal and bone structure used. An average cup of bone broth contains approximately 9 grams of protein, 50 calories, 280 milligrams of potassium, 5 grams of carbohydrates, and 450 milligrams of sodium. In this respect, it stands out as a powerful natural food that is both nutritious and supportive of the body. When included in a balanced diet, bone broth is considered one of the foods that support the immune system. It is also frequently preferred in traditional cuisines for its bone and joint health-supporting properties. The minerals, amino acids, and collagen naturally found in its content can contribute to the body's daily nutritional needs. When consumed regularly and in moderation, it can help the digestive system function more comfortably and support the maintenance of overall body balance. Of course, as with any food, bone broth is not a treatment method on its own. It should be considered as part of a healthy lifestyle. The potential benefits of bone broth soup are as follows. It may support bone structure maintenance. It may contribute to easier joint movement. It may help support sleep quality. It may support normal immune system function. It may contribute to balanced digestive system function. It contains nutrients that support mental function. May help balance gut flora marrow bone. Broth is not seen merely as a soup in Japanese cuisine. It is like a silent but powerful ingredient that forms the basis of the meal. The Japanese often use bone broth by adding it to dishes rather than drinking it on its own. This enhances the depth of flavor and blends its nutritional value seamlessly into daily life. It is quite common to add bone broth instead of water to meat stews, vegetable dishes, and slow-cooked pot dishes. Using bone broth instead of regular water when making rice is a small but effective touch frequently used in Japanese cuisine. The rice gains a richer flavor and is easier to digest. Similarly, using bone broth when marinating meat ensures that the meat is both tender and more nutritious. When vegetables are cooked with bone broth, the Japanese philosophy of few ingredients, high nutrition comes to life. Prepared without overpowering spices and preserving the natural flavor, these dishes are both light on the body and nutritious. In short, bone broth in Japanese cuisine is not forced upon you, is not exaggerated, but quietly takes its place in every corner of the kitchen, and perhaps that is why it can be consumed regularly and naturally every day. How to make chicken bone broth? With chicken feet, wings, and bones. When I was in Japan, I met an obasan named Sachiko in a mountain village. It was a cold day. A large pot was simmering in her kitchen. It contained chicken feet and wings. At first I was surprised. These parts, which we usually throw away, were the most valuable ingredients in her kitchen. As she slowly simmered the pot, she told me, "These warm the joints. They strengthen the bones. They keep you going in the cold." She added no salt, no spices, just time and patience. When the soup was ready, it had a clear but thick consistency. I noticed it became gelatinous as it cooled. She added with a smile, "We don't drink this as a supplement. We call it food." In Japanese cuisine, chicken is one of the most beneficial sources of collagen. Chicken feet, wings, and bones are especially used for this purpose. The chicken parts are first washed in cold water. If chicken feet are used, the outer surface is cleaned and the nails are removed. Then they are placed in a pot, covered with cold water, and slowly brought to a simmer. Once it reaches boiling point, the scum that forms must be skimmed off. This ensures the broth is clearer and lighter. The heat is reduced and simmered for at least 2 to 4 hours, preferably longer, over low heat, without boiling. The Japanese generally do not add salt or spices, keeping the flavor simple. Optionally, only a piece of ginger or green onion can be added. After cooking, it is strained. This bone broth can be drunk plain or used as a base for soups and dishes because these are very valuable natural sources of collagen. Not just fish, chicken feet, chicken wings, and chicken bones are also extremely rich in collagen. What about red meat? How do the Japanese make bone broth from red meat? Marrow bones. I shared the marrow bone broth recipe I learned in Japan with a friend of mine who lives in the West. He had been complaining about his joints for a long time. He said he woke up stiffer in the mornings and had difficulty moving. I told him about this simple bone broth made from red meat in Japanese cuisine, which is cooked for a long time, not as a supplement, but as a meal. Small portions, regularly and patiently. He wrote to me again after a while. My complaints haven't completely disappeared, but they have decreased significantly, he said. I feel much more comfortable, especially in the mornings. He was most surprised by this. I never thought something so simple could make such a difference. This reminded me, sometimes the solution isn't in the new and expensive, it's hidden in the forgotten, traditional and simple red meat is consumed less in Japanese cuisine, but when used, it is prepared simply and without waste. Marrow bones are first soaked in cold water. This step helps cleanse any blood residue. The bones are then placed in a pot, covered with cold water, and slowly brought to a boil. The scum that forms when it starts boiling must be skimmed off. This ensures the broth is clearer and lighter. The heat is reduced, and the bones are simmered for at least 4 to 6 hours, preferably longer on very low heat, without boiling. The Japanese generally do not add salt, spices, or vinegar. The goal is to preserve the natural flavor and collagen of the bone and marrow. After cooking, it is strained and used plain. It is added to soups, vegetable dishes, or drunk on its own in small portions. Why does bone broth turn into a gel when it freezes? If bone broth turns into a gel when cooled or left in the refrigerator, it indicates that it contains natural gelatin. Gelatin is collagen in a cooked and easily digestible form. So this appearance is a very good sign. It shows that the bones, connective tissues, and skin provided enough collagen. Can this gelatinous collagen be stored in the freezer? Yes, it can be stored easily. You can freeze bone broth in small glass containers or in ice cube trays. Portioning it this way is both practical and prevents waste. How to use frozen collagen? Frozen gelatinous bone broth can be added to vegetable dishes, soups, rice dishes, sauces. When heated, it returns to a liquid state and blends naturally into the dish. It has a neutral taste and does not spoil the flavor of the dish. A small but important note. It is not recommended to freeze and thaw bone broth repeatedly. It is healthiest to consume it shortly after thawing. It is very important to consume bone broth fresh. Therefore, the ideal method is to prepare it in small portions and drink it fresh. For example, you can put a cup of frozen, jelly-like bone broth in the refrigerator the night before. In the morning, take it out of the fridge, heat it up slightly, and drink it like a warming soup before starting your day. This way, you can easily use bone broth as your daily natural collagen supplement. If you don't like the taste, you can easily customize it with spices or vegetables that suit your taste. This way, you can enhance the flavor and enjoy drinking bone broth. The main thing here is to meet the body's natural collagen needs. This allows our joints to move more comfortably, our bones to strengthen, and our skin to look healthier and more radiant. That's why taste may take a back seat. 2. Small fish and fish skin. I first learned how to make this fish soup from an elderly Japanese woman I met in a small coastal town while I was in Japan. When I saw her separating the head and bones from the fish while cleaning it, I thought she was going to throw them away. She smiled and said, "These are the most valuable parts." She put only the fish head, bones, and a little water into the pot. No spices, no complicated recipe. She cooked it patiently and simply, not for hours. When the soup was ready, she turned to me and said, "We don't do anything special to stay young. We just don't waste what's good for our bodies." That day, I realized that this soup was not just a meal, it was a piece of life wisdom, passed down from generation to generation. Yes, we were talking about fish. The fish heads, bones, and skin that we often throw away when cleaning fish actually contain valuable and beneficial nutrients. When used correctly, they are an extremely rich source of natural collagen. Which fish are used? Can any fish be used? Not every fish is suitable. The most preferred for collagen are small, oily fish that can be eaten with their skin. The most suitable fish: sardines arrow, one of the best anchovies, mackerel, smelt herring. These fish can be eaten with their skin, have soft bones, are rich in collagen and minerals. Note for large fish. For large fish, such as salmon and cod, the skin and head can be used for bone broth. The meat alone is lower in collagen, recommended to avoid. Very large, old fish with high mercury risk, for example, large tuna. A recipe you can make at home. Natural collagen soup from small fish that can be used: sardines, anchovies, mackerel, herring, or smelt, with head, skin, and bones if possible. Ingredients: 3 to 4 small fish, cleaned, 4 to 5 cups cold water, 1 to 2 thin slices of ginger. Optional: 1 piece of onion or green onion, optional. Preparation: rinse the fish thoroughly with cold water. Place them in a pot and add enough cold water to cover them. Heat slowly. When it starts to boil, skim off the foam that forms on top. Reduce the heat and simmer gently for 30 to 40 minutes. You can add ginger or onion if desired. Strain after cooking. How to consume it: like a plain soup, as a base for miso or vegetable soups. In the morning, a small bowl as a warming start to your day. The gelatinous consistency of this soup is a sign that it contains natural collagen. Make small portions and consume fresh. 3. Fermented soy products. Miso natto. Fermented foods do not directly contain collagen. However, they support gut health. A healthy digestive system helps the body utilize collagen and other nutrients more effectively. So why are the guts so important? Don't underestimate fermented products. A robust gut flora plays a much bigger role than you might think. When consuming these foods, you need to support your gut as well as your collagen. Fermented foods, thanks to the beneficial bacteria they contain, provide natural support for gut flora, and your digestive system will thank you. Problems such as bloating, indigestion, stomach aches, and irregular bowel movements often arise when this balance is disrupted. You can incorporate a small but natural probiotic support into your kitchen. For more detailed information about fermented foods and very practical recipes, check out this video on my channel. Living a healthy life is not about a single miracle food, but about small yet correct habits. Collagen isn't a trend, it's a tradition that's been on tables for centuries. What matters isn't expensive supplements, it's what we regularly provide our bodies. So do you prepare collagen in your kitchen? Or do you use ready-made supplements? Please share your experiences and preferences in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications for similar traditional recipes. See you in the next video.